As you can tell by the title, today's little video is going to be a little bit different. I'm nervous. I have decided to share my story, my testimony with you guys. You guys have seen a couple of videos of my life ever since I started this channel, and I feel like I should share why and when I accepted Jesus in my heart. I feel like it's a beautiful topic to talk about, just so you know where I came from and then where I am at this moment right now. And I want to start off first with a verse that I really love a lot, and it's just a reminder for me every time I think about of my past. This verse is always in my mind. So it is 2 Corinthians 5:17, and it says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away, and see, the new has come." Amen. Amen. Okay, where do I start? Wait, just give me a second. I'm so nervous. Okay, so I'm gonna start off my childhood. Most of my childhood, I grew up in a Christian home. We started going to church at around, I would say I was 8, 9, 10. I really don't remember the age, but I know I was still a kid. We started going to church as a family now. Me and my brother, we grew up mostly in the, you know what? Not my brother. My brother was a teenager when this happened. But me, I grew up more of the church, in the church. So as a kid, you know, it was really fun to do like activities and stuff like that. It was so fun. I loved it. I loved it. I loved the environment. I loved all my friends there, and you know, like I grew in a Christian home, so it was nice, you know. As I grew, we left that church that we were going to. We left that church, and my parents decided to take a step further into their, I would say, into their lives, and we started doing services at our house. We started doing services at our house, and then at other people's houses that were in the support of my mom and dad doing this. And throughout the months, I would say a year or so, I don't know exactly because I was little, my dad decided to rent a little building, and that was the day where my mom decided to become pastores. If you guys have, any of you guys watching this, if you guys have any parents that are pastors, you know, you probably will understand me a bit. Once they become pastores, you know, it was church first, it was God first, always. But once they started ministering the church, and you know, their responsibility was the church now, and a lot shifted in my childhood with that, just because I was so used to having, you know, like family time most of the time. I have, sorry, I don't want to cry. I have another brother and a sister from my dad's side, and you know, I was just so used to, you know, like family always together, you know, and we would always have our families together and spend time together. And I guess it was a big shift for me because it wasn't like that anymore. So that kind of like confused me, made me kind of upset and angry a little bit because I missed that, but I did understand my mom and dad, Yeah, as we grew in the church. I made a lot of friends in the church, but I think once I hit my teen life, that's where you want to experience things. And especially if your dad is a pastor, you feel that pressure so much in you because you have a lot of eyes looking at you. And I think I struggled with that a lot because being a pastor's daughter, you're supposed to be a good example to the other teenagers of the church. You're supposed to be a good example, to the parents, and you're supposed to reflect what your dad is reflecting too, because he's the pastor. And I feel like I felt a lot of pressure because I wanted to, but in the same way, I wanted to experience other things. I get to freshman year, and so I met this boy, and when you're a teenager, your first boyfriend, your first relationship, you fall madly in love. So that's what happened with me. I was in this relationship of the 4 years of my high school life. My parents didn't accept him. It was a very toxic relationship to the point where, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. I wasn't allowed to wear lipstick or, look pretty in a way or a dress certain way. I would have to cover so much of my body, and it was to the point where it was just that toxic. But being girls, we're in love, we're dumb, and well, yeah, our emotions, everything. I would say that relationship affected my friendships a lot, affected my spiritual life. I didn't want nothing to do with God. I affected my relationship with my mom and dad because they didn't accept it. They didn't accept him. And I was aferrada with it. Fast forward to senior year. Senior year is supposed to be, the best year of your life, the best year of high school, and you're supposed to enjoy it. You're gonna do this, that, and you're just so excited, you know what I mean? So I'm still with this person in my senior year. This relationship on and off, constant. Senior year, and I remember I had left my mom and dad's house. I was 18 at this point, so I left the house to go live with my partner. It was bad. It was really bad because I was living in sin, of course, and it got to the point, where I didn't want to live like this anymore, and I didn't want to be with this person anymore. I started feeling like, I'm not being loved and I'm not being respected. And despite of how much I missed my mom and dad during that time, I think that affected me the most because, like I said, I grew up, being with my family, being with my mom and dad 24/7. And I think that affected me a lot. So I decided to leave that relationship. And I remember the exact day when I called my mom and I was like, Mom, can you pick me up? I don't want to be here anymore. And she was so happy, guys. She was so happy to come get me, and she helped me get all my stuff and everything. And I was happy to be with my mom and dad again. But this is where things get worse. So I moved back with my mom and dad. I was with them, and the church was really happy to see me as well, and everyone was happy to see me back. As a person that left the relationship, you have that mentality that you're free. that you're single, you get to do whatever you want, you get to dress however you want, you can experience this now, you can go out with your friends, you can do everything that you want to do, because you didn't get to experience it, you know, because of your mom and dad and because of the relationship you had. So that was my situation. I had that mentality that I was free now. So I lived two different lives when I moved back with my parents. Living, you know, a Christian life with my mom and dad when I was home, when I was with them at church, and I lived a worldly, sinful, disgusting life outside of church, outside of my mom's house, behind their backs. And you know, I started experiencing going out with my friends a lot more. I think this was where I started getting to the point where I could mess up my life completely. I started hanging out with a worse crowd. So I started doing marijuana most of the days because of the friendships I had. And you know, they say it's not an addiction once you start doing it every day and you're in the need of it, and you know, you would do anything to get more of it. And it got to the point where I was stealing money from friends, because from that time range I was 18 and my friends were 17, so they would lend me money to go buy like vapes and, you know, stuff from, you know, stores, and because of my age. And it got to the point where I would not pay them back. I would, you know, go ghost on them from the money, and I would just buy marijuana. I feel like it got to the point where, you know, I was so used to the feeling, and I was so used to, you know, feeling the way it made me feel and stuff like that, that I needed to go to something more stronger than that. So throughout my senior year, I would ditch, I would miss class, I would go smoke with my friends. So it got to that point where I was doing this every day, and it held me back from my grades, from my classes, from the credits. And I was saying, I got to the point where I needed something more intense and stronger than the actual marijuana. So I started doing edibles, I started doing wax, and basically that is more stronger than the actual weed itself. So I remember my first time I went to go buy my first wax pen, and I'm never gonna forget this. I feel like it's good for me to remind myself, because I never want to be that kind of person ever again in my life. I never want Catalina to be like that or fall into that, because I feel like at a certain point, you know, I felt lonely, and I felt like that's all I had was to go smoke and to feel, you know, that feeling. But it was disgusting because I was selfish. I was so selfish. And I remember I had gotten my first wax pen, and the next day I brought it to school, and like usual, me and my friends ditched class, and right next to the high school there's apartments and houses, and there's like a park and a picnic area and stuff like that, so we would usually go over there. And I remember we were at the picnic area, you know, doing what we were doing, and I remember a car pulls up, a white car, and you don't expect, you know, nothing from it, you know what I mean? And you're already messed up in your mind, you're already slow to process everything, so you don't think of any of it. So all of a sudden a man comes out of that white car and starts yelling at us, and we're like, I don't remember exactly, but I was so confused. Then a lot of people start gathering us, and they're cops. And like I said, this time range, I'm 18, my friends are 17. And they start checking our bags and checking us, and I had my pen in my pocket. And when they took it out, well, yeah, I got caught with that. And like I said, 18, when you're 18 and you have something illegal, it's considered a felon. You're a felon, and it's a felony. And especially if, you know, the people you're with are underage. So is where my life went downfall for me. My life completely changed. I remember that, you know, I got arrested. I don't know what happened to the other people that I was with, but I remember I got arrested. So they had to drop me back off at the school. And I remember, this is so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed. I feel like God did this for a reason, you know? I remember I got off of the cop car handcuffed, and the bell rings to transition to the next period. And as soon as the bell rings, I'm coming out, going inside the school as soon as the bell rings. And everyone is just staring at me, talking, and, you know, a lot goes through your mind. You're like embarrassed. You're embarrassed because you're arrested, and it's like they didn't know that you were this kind of person. So I go inside the office, and I'm waiting there because they have to call my mom, and, you know, there's a process. And I remember I was really close to the security guard from our school, and he saw me, and he was so disappointed. Like, he was so disappointed and disgusted by me, because, you know, like, he didn't know that I was that kind of person. And I also remember that, you know, my principal came out, and she said that I was an embarrassment to the school, that she wants me expelled. Everyone was just upset with me. And I was like, oh my goodness, imagine my mom and dad. If these people are so upset with me, like, imagine my mom and dad. And then I remember my principal was saying, she's not gonna graduate, don't let her walk, I'm not letting her walk. And it was just so bad. So that happened, and fast forward to all the process that happened. I moved. They drove me to a lot of places. I don't even know why. I think to see how much wax I had and how much of the pen had and stuff like that, and just in general everything, the process. So I remember we finally went to the jail in downtown, and I think an overnight there, or I don't know exactly what had happened, but I remember I had a call. I get to do a call, and I guess for my mom or my dad to pick me up. I remember my mom picked me up from the jail, and I remember going inside the car, and it was just quiet, you know. I knew she was upset. And I remember that she had said exactly these words, you're an embarrassment to this family, and you're an embarrassment to the church. Those words hurt me so bad, because, you know, like, I didn't realize how selfish and how disgusting I was as a daughter. I was so selfish and ugly to them. So fast forward to that, I got expelled from the school, and they send you to a disciplinary school, to students that, you know, like fail their classes, and, you know, like not succeed in their classes, and they're like troublemakers. I got sent to that school, and it's called DAP. And I had to finish the rest of my senior year there. So I never got to experience senior sunset. I never got to experience the breakfast. I never got to experience none of that because of my fault. And the program that I was with, that I was going to, it was an awesome program. I'll probably put a couple of pictures up here. But they were so good people to me. I remember it was a strict school. There was a dress code. You had to come in khakis, a white button-up shirt all the way, buttoned up, regular shoes. You couldn't wear makeup, and you had to wear a black tie. Bad, like I looked bad. You'll see pictures. But that place helped me a lot. Anyways, so I was sent to this program, and I remember that when all this happened, my parents took away my phone, took away completely. I didn't have a phone at all. I didn't have social media. I deleted everything. I didn't have a phone for about a year when this happened. When I was starting the program to this school, I was also starting to notice that, I didn't want to be this person anymore. I didn't want to do any of the bad stuff anymore. And I started realizing that, the people that I was with, the people that I was friends with in the past, were never my friends. And I was starting to realize, the only person that has never left me is God. And if I didn't go through this process, through this situation in my life, I probably would have never been here. And I started to think, God, I give you everything. I give my life to you, and I want to do things right. I want to be a better daughter. I want to be a better person for myself. I want to get to know you more, and I'm asking you to please help me and put everything in your hands. And I remember I wanted a change. I wanted to change. So when I got sent to this school, this disciplinary school, it helped me a lot. I started doing really good with my grades. I got my credits back, my hours back, and like I said, the principal said she didn't want to walk me. I remember we went to the high school, I think in the towards graduating day. I remember we went to the high school, and because I was doing really good in my classes, and I wanted to say bye to my teachers, some of the teachers. And I remember we went back to the high school, and my mom wanted to talk to the principal, but I don't think she was there. It was the vice principal. And he saw the progress that I made throughout, I don't know if it was the last 3 or 2 months of senior year, but he saw that my hours, and I was doing really good at the AP. And my mom begged him for me to walk, because she wanted me to walk, and she told him that I'm doing better and all this stuff. So thank God, because God gave him, I believe that God gave him a feeling or something to accept me to walk. And it meant a lot for me, because I wanted to walk, because I messed up the whole rest of the semester, my senior year, and I would have liked, not to have the walk, to walk in my graduation day. It would have been as little as it could be. It was the biggest accomplishment to me and to my life and to my mom and dad's life. So all the glory to God, because I got to walk. throughout this process, you know, things were shifting in a better way. I was seeing a really good change in my life. I wasn't talking to any of my friends anymore, you know. Everything was going so good. And I also, like I said, since I got caught with that 18, I had a felony. And I remember that you have court dates. And I got a lawyer. I had a lawyer and everything, and he saw that I was helping in the church because my dad had someone donated a building for my dad to move up in a church. We were fixing up the building for our new church, and that's where I got to know Julio, and we reconnected, me and Julio, and like we got closer. And I also had an amazing friend that helped me so much. I'll probably put a picture of her right here. Her name is Bella. Guys, that's why I'm gonna tell you this. That's why it's so important to choose who you are with, because the friends that are going to guide you in God's path, the friends that are gonna tell you, no, don't do this, you know, let's go to church together, let's do a Bible study together. Bella helped me throughout that whole year that I was struggling, and I know that she was praying for me so much because I was friends with her throughout my high school year. I had met her, I think, when I was like 14, 15, because but at church, she was a friend at church. And I do believe that she prayed for me so much because she was such a good friend to me. She never gave up on me. She always told my parents, you know, like, this about me, what I was doing and stuff. And I know she cared about me. Like, I know she cared about me until to this day. We're still friends. We're still connected. And I love her so much. She's a mom now. She's married now. And we both have families. And I'm just so happy. That's why it's important for you guys to have good friends, good company. So yeah, like I said, I was gonna have a felony in my background, and you have court dates, and I got a lawyer and everything, like I said. And this is where I think it hits me more, because every time, guys, that I had court, the judge was never there when I would go. He was never there. Like, I don't know, he couldn't be there, or like he would have to miss or something. Like, he couldn't go. Every time that I would have a court date, like, they would reschedule, because when you have your court date, that's either like, you know, you're gonna do probation, or you're gonna do time, or, you know, stuff like that. And so I remember that they kept rescheduling my court dates, so I never got to know the judge. And I remember my last court date, we went, and my lawyer said, I have really good news. And then he said, they cleared your background, like, you're clear, you're free to go, you don't have anything anymore, just because, you know, they have seen your progress. Because throughout this time, like, I would show, you know, that I would participate in the church and then help clean, and I was helping my dad rebuild things at the church and stuff like that, you know. And they saw me like doing kind of like a service, kind of like, I guess that's how you say it. They saw, like, you know, that I was changing. But not just that, but I believe that it was God's grace upon the judge, because God permitted all that to happen, like, for the judge to miss each court date, because it got to the point where they were like, you know, like, just clear her name, like, we haven't had an issue with her, or she hasn't been late or anything, like just clear it, you know. And I give all the glory to God for that, because I know it was God that did that, and I know that his grace and his mercy was upon me that day, and with the lawyer and with the judge. And I was so happy because I was like, oh my goodness, like, I don't have anything in my background anymore. I was just so happy, and all the glory and honor to my God, because I know that he did everything and he put everything in place. And throughout that, guys, I never stopped. I never stopped my faith. I accepted Jesus in my heart. I got baptized. Me and Julio got baptized together. My life completely changed. And till this day, the glory and honor to God, this day I have not touched marijuana. I have, throughout my whole experience and my journey of accepting Jesus in my heart, it has changed my life. I love my life. Yes, it's hard because your flesh, because you don't want to read, you don't want to pray, or sometimes you don't want to go to church, but it's the naturalism of the flesh. That's why we have to fight our flesh. Like yesterday, my dad was preaching about leaving everything that you desire, that your flesh desires. And it's a sacrifice when you want to know more of God, when you want his presence, and when you just want his grace, and you want more, and you want that change, and you're seeing that change in your reflection, and you're seeing that change in the way you talk, and you're seeing that change in the way you act, the way you dress. And I feel like that happened to me, and I give the glory and honor to God, because he filled up that loneliness I had. He filled up that feeling that I wanted to fit in and I wanted to do everything that everyone was doing. He filled up my heart, and he filled up all the empty places in my heart, and he just cleaned my heart. And I'm so happy right now with my life. I love my family. I love my beautiful daughter. I love her so much, you have no idea. Till this day, I'm continuing to seek the Lord. To this day, I have a ministry in the music at the church. Me and Julio are youth leaders now, for our youth. I love them so much. They've grown a special place in my heart. They know that, and I desire the very best for them throughout this journey of me growing spiritually. I give all the glory and honor to my God. I'm just so grateful for my life, for my salvation, for Jesus dying on the cross for me. And I want you guys to know that God gave his only begotten Son for you. Jesus died on that cross for you. And every morning that you wake up, every morning that you get up, it's a sign of his grace and of his mercifulness to you, to get to know him, to do things right, to make the right choices. And that's why they say today is the day of salvation, because every day we have an opportunity. When we wake up, we have an opportunity to accept him in our hearts. Why don't we give our life to Jesus? Why don't we give up everything? Why don't we sacrifice everything for him if he did it for us? It's just your life. That's all he asks for. It's just your heart. That's all he asks for. But also, may we live in obedience, reading the Bible, praying. And it's the same as me. I don't read and pray as much, and I want to better myself at it. I want to be able to be a good example to my daughter, and her to see that the way I saw with my mom and dad. And I pray that God continues to help me grow spiritually. Like I said, it's not easy at all, but I know that God has everything in his hands and he has everything under control. I need to live in obedience, and I need to put everything in his hands, and I need to trust in him and do my part as well. And it's the same for you guys. If you guys want to accept Jesus in your hearts, today is the day. But yeah, guys, that's my testimony. That's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like being vulnerable. I really like going into deep into this, just because it's a very personal topic for me, and I am super happy that I get to share it with you guys. I get to share it to the world, and whoever is watching this, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for praying for me. If you guys are praying for me, continue to pray for me, because I need a lot of it. I want to continue to grow in God's grace. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I want to read, I just want to read a verse really quick to finish off. It's one of my favorite verses. Another favorite verse. It's gonna be First Timothy. Second Timothy. 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. And we finish off with that. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I loved enjoying sharing this to you guys. Bye guys. Thanks again. God bless you.